All right, everyone, guys, and Hannah, as I always say, you know the adage, big things come in little packages? Mm-hmm. That's the first thing well, yes, of course, Hannah was the first thing I thought of. Then after I thought of Hannah, I thought of how cool would it be if this were a solar lantern, right? Mm-hmm. Like maybe like a hamburger. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You know, about that size, but that you could get it to telescope and become not only this size, but have a lantern, 10 LEDs, 8-hour run time. Look at that. Solar panel on top.
Whoa.
Oh, good idea. And use it.
That's how lightweight it is.
And that's right. Yeah. That's how light it is, and you don't have to worry about busting it up. And maybe go ahead and lift this up. And let me give you a little tip. If you just pinch it, it acts like it's a vacuum. There you go. Almost like an accordion, right? There you go.
Almost fills itself.
Right. Really almost fills itself, yeah. And then you could put a couple quick puffs in. That's yours, by the way.
No pressure.
You blow it,
no
you
pressure.
blow it. Yeah, no pressure.
Everybody's...
Yeah, but you just crimp it, right? Because it's a vacuum, right? The bag's all compressed down.
Sure.
And then, so that you have it.
Oh, yeah.
And then the thing I like about it is the reason that you inflate it is because of the reflective surface that's on the inside.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's all the way mashed down. And you pinch it,
Yeah,
you can hear it going. Yeah, and then you can just finish it off. If you don't pinch it, there's no vacuum and you're just pulling against the plastic itself. But I just do that to show you how much it actually shrinks down.
Yeah.
And as you were saying, with the cool little handle, there's all different uses for it.
I think, well, there's lots of uses. I think two things that pop in my head is how compact it is, because so many flashlights are just big and bulky, and in terms of storing them in the house, it gets kind of
heavy too.
Yeah, heavy.
And you need batteries.
Secondly, I have kids. My kids are 9, 5, and 1, and so I have one kid who can read really well. So I can imagine in late fall, winter, early spring, we're riding down the road at night. The 5-year-old's wanting to sleep, and my 9-year-old's wanting to read. And this could easily be put in the back seat with him. They could sleep. It's bright enough for him to read.
Sure.
But it's not so bright that they can't sleep. So this has some uses for families with small kids.
Yeah. And again, like I said, right? All the cool places that I've survived all over the world, and I find now that my gear is to placate my kids. Yeah. Even if it's in an emergency situation. We've talked about that before. But yeah, just remember when you go to open it, crimp it, vacuum, helps fill itself, and then you've got light wherever you need it. And one other cool thing, and I know you're gonna open yours at home and then say, oh, I see what he's talking about now. But it's a handle here. But there's also a handle up top. So if you wanted to hang it so that you're in direct sunlight, what I've done before to have light in it is I'll put a trekking pole, and I'll put the trekking pole right up through this part, so that the sun is coming directly through. So just, you know a trekking pole, right? So it'll hang like that, and you can make it directional, and then it charges up, and then when I need light.
Cool.
At night.
Cool.
That's a great tip.
I got it.
Yeah.
So you can throw it, you know where I leave it? On the dash of the car. Because I use the windshield.
Oh,
But my
smart.
my tough minivan. There's nothing like humility. Humbling oneself. When you you normally drive a truck, right? So you think you're pretty good. And then you roll up to a guy in a Harley. Yeah. And you're in a minivan. Yeah. And you forget where you are. It happened this morning when I got here. Someone's got like a Ford F-350 smaller than mine, right? So I'm thinking, that's barely a truck. Right? You want a truck? I'll show you a truck. And I look around and I go, I'm in a minivan, aren't I? Yeah, I'm in a minivan. All right? But isn't that pretty cool?
One thing that's cool is that we were talking before we started recording here. This thing has been inflated for about 3 months now.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, and it looks just like it was 3 months ago.
I was going to say, it hasn't lost any of its...
Yeah.
Well, and I was noticing this too, it looks like it's got a reflective surface, so the light shining down then starts to bounce around.
Then it starts to bounce around, yeah. And it's held some air, right, once it was inflated, better than my kids' Bozo's punching bags.
Yeah.
You're always going down on the weekends and go, Dad, will you fill my Bozo for me, please? You know what I mean? So it's held 3 months.
At least, I blew this one a long time ago.
I love it. And then again, some of the things that it says, you can talk 15 square feet of lighting, right? So if you put this in the center, because of the reflective surface, it's 90 lumens for those people that are into lumens and understand what all that means. But you charge it from the solar panels on the top.
Yeah.
And the little button in the middle, right? The ubiquitous on symbol
Yeah.
that I think we first got from Apple laptop computers.
Mm-hmm.
But hit it once, light. Hit it second time, brighter light.
Yeah.
Third time, strobe.
Yeah, pretty much like
Which would be, yeah,
for like a roadside assistant.
roadside, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that would
Throw
be
it in the
nice.
back,
Yeah.
right? Throw it in the back so that other cars could see it. Or Nick, I know you're a big kayaker. If
Yep.
you're out on the boat,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? You still have your running lights. You don't want to replace everything, but that could,
This helps. I
help you
mean,
in an emergency situation for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, and actually, just being on the river, just being on the Mississippi, you point that direction because the river's that way. Not everybody sees you. Like nobody sees boats, especially when I'm out paddling.
That's right. The
Ever.
river is that way.
Yeah.
We need a compass.
No one ever like. I'm in a 17-foot sea kayak. People don't see it. It's a yellow boat.
Yeah.
This helps me. Just I throw this flashing on the back.
Yeah, I can
Actually, more like this, where I don't even blow it up. I just put it on the back just so I have a light.
Well, and it's
So I'm saying-
waterproof, so the water
Exactly.
isn't gonna bother
Yep.
it at all.
Yep.
It's completely.
Amazing.
I realize now after listening to all your cool stories, I'm using most of my gear just to be a dad for little kids. Right? I'm kayaking on the Mississippi River. Yeah, I use it for a nightlight. So, but you can see a lot of other uses I would envision.
Yeah,
For
well,
something like that.
you were saying you use it camping.
Yep, actually, so when you get into like northern Minnesota, all the campsites look exactly the same. You've been out all day trying to find your campsite again after you've been out for 12 hours. Not fun.
Right.
I just want to go home, have a hot cup of coffee. We put these actually in the tree by where we put in at, so that I can see like, oh hey, there's my campsite.
Yeah.
So then I can just go back, turn it off.
Oh, so you leave it on when you head out so
Yeah,
the
I'll
sun's
turn it
hitting
on.
it.
Yep, I'll turn
So
it
the
on.
sun's hitting
Yep,
it knowing
it's
that
charging
it
fast.
has that
Yep.
run time of
Yep.
6 to 12
Exactly.
hours.
And actually-
oh, very cool. It's like a bareback. You hang it in a tree.
Exactly. Then you don't have to worry about it. So before I go out, same deal. I would typically go like 8 or 9 in the morning, set it. Then I know exactly where I'm going. I can be anywhere.
So
on
it
the
is a
lake,
lifesaver for you, because if
It
we were
is.
out in Minnesota, the Bounty Waters, and you're
Yep.
trying to get in my tent at 11 o'clock at night, that could be life-threatening.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
could be life-threatening for
Yeah,
you. So
exactly.
now you can use it almost like
Yep.
a cairn. You know
Yep.
exactly how to
Yeah.
mark the trail, you
Yep.
know where you're gonna go. And you were saying, because you're a big runner, these
Yes.
road races and the like,
Yeah.
there was someone the other day that was using it in the
Oh.
strobe function,
Yeah.
just to draw
Just draw
attention to where they were.
Yep.
So how'd you do in the race?
I did okay.
Good?
I did okay.
Good?
I finished out of 267. I finished 73rd.
Excellent.
Wow.
Very nice.
Yeah.
So, top 100 finish?
Yeah.
That's great. Was it your PR or?
It actually was.
Fantastic.
So
that's all that matters.
Yeah.
So technically, you finished first.
Sure.
And when it comes to your own PR, you finished first.
Yes.
Who cares about the 73?
Yeah.
Losers,
Sure.
right? You finished first. You hit your PR. That's
I
all
did.
that matters.
I did.
All right. You absolutely won.
That's right.
So just think about this, guys, because it's so lightweight and compact. You could see, and I brought one so for those. Have you had one? Have you used one of these before? Sure.
No,
This
but
one.
it's awesome. I feel like there's just going around talking about it. There's 100 and plus infinity ways to use it. You
Yeah.
can use it for
Yes.
your kids. You can use it camping. You
Yeah.
can use it
Yeah.
on your boat. You can use
Who
it
uses it
in
in
your
the pool?
Yeah, Megan uses it in her pool.
Yeah. They use them for float toys in their pool.
That's a great idea.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just thinking about that. It's like if you're in the trunk of your car and you're rooting around at night, you don't have a headlamp.
Yep.
Instead of waiting for every car that passes by, their little bit of headlight to light at the back,
Yeah.
you can hang this right in the back, cut it on, and it would give you at least enough light to see what's going, whatever it is you're looking for in your trunk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, and
It's
it's
a great
so
idea.
lightweight and it's so compact that you can literally throw it in any, like this could go
Yeah.
in my purse, a
Mhm.
bug out bag or anything.
Sure.
like that.
Mhm.
There's,
You know what? That's a great point. I would almost put it in a first aid kit too.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
That would cost hardly anything, so you could buy more than one.
Oh, yeah.
But you could leave it right in your first aid kit, so if it's late at night and you have to do any type of first aid,
Yeah.
you know, you've got some light for it. Charge it up,
Right. Yes.
and then leave it in the first aid kit, and you're all set and ready to go.
Yeah.
No, I love it. That's very cool.
Didn't we? Our inventory specialist. We sent a bunch of these to. Yeah, we sent him. He sent. I don't know how many we sent down there to Haiti
To Haiti.
because they shut off the lights at 7 o'clock at night. The government shuts off the lighting, so they flip a power switch. They're done,
Oh,
and
yeah.
he got a bunch of testimonials back about how
Yeah.
they were lighting their trails, going to church. They had church services based off this light.
Amazing.
Well, help me because Haiti now isn't on my bucket list. I'm not going anywhere where the government cuts off the light at 7 o'clock.
Yes. Yep.
Just for the record. So
Yeah.
that's a little bit of news you could use.
Yeah.
If you're thinking of traveling to Haiti, get there before 7 o'clock.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because Barry, what's it like trying to land a plane when there's no electricity going?
I don't think they're using these.
I don't know, maybe they, maybe that's what they're lighting the runway with, yeah, that'd be. That's exactly how they light the runway.